Hello, my name is Jar Swanson, and I will be presenting my prototype brainstorming on solving the issue of student loan debt and how we can how we can increase awareness and knowledge on this topic. I took inspiration from Dave Ramsey, who's a famous author and who wrote many books on getting out of debt and budgeting. And I just took inspiration from the platforms and ways in which he gets his messages out there and how he interacts and communicates with his target market. I think one of the first things that we could do is create a podcast, something that would allow us to not only interact with various experts in the money, budgeting, personal finance field, but also allow us to interact with people in the real world who have real questions. Dave Ramsey does this often by allowing callers to call in. They share their information and what they're going through in life, and then he gives them real moment by moment advice. We could then create a YouTube channel to basically create a storage bank for these podcast episodes, or at least create videos based on clips that we think would be helpful for people. And then, as you can see in this picture, we could create playlists based on various questions, whether that may be questions about, okay, how does interest work, what type of loans can you get, what loans are best, what loans are bad, various topics that could help people. And from there, we could kind of build our brand and create social media platforms like Instagram. I think Instagram will be one of the most useful platforms due to its popularity and its usability, because we can basically expand our audience through all platforms, because not everyone listens to podcasts, and not everyone would therefore have interest in or the ability to find our YouTube channel. However, they may see our Instagram page. This is where we could expand on ideas that are talked about in the podcast and just allow users to interact with important concepts that are brought up, as well as repost these concepts in these posts and get our name and information out into the world via their followers, which will allow us to further reach our target market. We can also do things like, post lightful and playful memes, or just posts that aren't super serious but still convey a message of importance about important topics that people need to be aware of, but just in a more lighthearted way, which can hopefully grow interest in topics and give people some joy in the seemingly scary or frustrating world of student loan debt. We can also increase exposure by offering written and visual advice on more complex topics. As you can see here in the picture on the left, he basically explains in simple terms, okay, what does 0% down, 0% APR mean? Doesn't mean you're getting a deal. What it actually means is you're kind of getting screwed, because basically they're trying to take advantage of the fact that you most likely don't have a lot of income. It kind of bases off the common question of can I afford it versus can I pay for it? But this is something that we could work with in the area of student loans. We could take complex things about interest, or what are these things that you're agreeing to within a student loan agreement? What is it? We could break down FAFSA for people. We could break down, okay, how do they calculate what you may or may not be able to take out in loans? How do they base all that information off of? And okay, if you take this amount of loans out, how long will that take you to pay it? We can give people visual graphics of, okay, you took $40,000 out in loans, and then we can create a visual, saying here's your annual income to start your first job. Let's say you make $50,000, and off of an average budget, how long or how fast could you pay down your student debt? And this, I think, would just allow for further further access to users and just further interaction, which would increase our brand, but more importantly, help solve the student loan debt crisis, which we are so desperately trying to do. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.